Bleeding like a stuck pig, blessed by Jason and Cole. I went up to Wyoming to do some bad inspections. This is about 15 years ago. I went with Philip, my nephew Philip, nice young man that I worked for me. We got up there and I started having really bad stomach pains one night in the hotel. And I got up and I went to the bathroom and I was bleeding when I went to the toilet out of my bowels. I was bleeding like a stuck pig, nothing but blood. And I had to do another bad inspection and I went and did it. I barely could do it. I needed to do it while I was up there. I didn't want to drive 5 hours back, but I felt like I was bleeding to death. It was horrible. I went over, I stopped a few times, had to go to the bathroom, bleeding like a stuck pig. On my way home from Idaho, I had to have Philip drive. I was in so much pain. I could barely walk, bleeding like a stuck pig. I called my uncle, Mont, and he told me, you probably have diverticulosis or diverticulitis, whatever, bleeding of the colon. And I was pretty nervous because I was bleeding like a stuck pig. I stopped at the gas station several times on the way home. Nothing but blood, bleeding like a stuck pig. I mean, it was horrible. It wasn't just a little bit. It was tons of blood. I called my nephew, Jason and Cole, and I said, can you guys come over and give me a blessing when I get home? I'm about a half an hour from home. An hour from home. Whatever it was, I called them and said, I need a blessing. So Jason and Cole, 15 minutes after I arrived home, got there, came, and in my living room gave me a priesthood blessing with the Melchizedek priesthood. They were both elders for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They were both elders with the Melchizedek priesthood that was restored through the prophet Joseph Smith, from Peter, James, and John, who had the power of the priesthood given to them by Christ. They gave it to Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith gave it to the people, or bestowed it on people here, or ordained people to the office of the Melchizedek priesthood as an elder. And my nephews have that to this day. I'm also an elder and a high priest. Now I'm a high priest. But with the Melchizedek priesthood, Jason and Cole laid their hands on my head. They anointed me with the oil and gave me a very sweet, powerful blessing. And I was bleeding like a stuck pig. I stopped bleeding. I started to do better. I went in the next day or two. I can't remember when. I think it might have been the next day. I went and got I had what they call a colonoscopy or something like that. Anyway, they go up in there and they look for like tumors and things like that. He went up there, he took a little polyp out, a little tiny polyp out, just like a little wart inside there. Took that out, pulled back out the scope that he took when I woke up. He goes, "You're all fine. You're fine. There's no problem up there. I took a little polyp out, and that's about it. But you seem like you're doing good." And I'm like, "Really? No evidence of blood? Oh, maybe just a little bit. Maybe there could have been a little bit of blood from this little polyp." I was bleeding like a stuck pig. And after the priesthood blessing, basically there was nothing to be found. I've gotten on Metamucil, and I eat more fiber-rich diet now, which has helped not get diverticulosis or infection of the colon.